Is the old Halsey back? Halsey just released a song called Nightmare, and it would seem that maybe she's done trying to be like just another pop starlet and she's actually got something to say. We're gonna be talking about that today as we break down Nightmare. Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Stummy, the pop song professor. Welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by talking about song lyrics. And today we're talking about Nightmare by Halsey. Overall, she released this music video. It's very in your face, as is the song itself. I went and looked up people's reactions on Twitter, and the first tweet that I saw was, "This song makes me want to go and punch an old white man," which is always a great start for me since that's gonna be me in like 10 years. But anyway, there's a lot going on in this song, and I would have to say that if I tried to summarize it overall, it's Halsey being angry about how she's treated as a woman, how she treats herself as a woman, but not really having a next step or anything to say other than just kind of generally being angry about it, which is okay because the song can just have one part of the process, but it does feel a little bit like there's something missing. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look at some specific lyrics and you'll see what I mean. So we get into the chorus. I keep a record of the wreckage of my life, her songs. I gotta recognize the weapon in my mind, her brain, and kind of her writing songs. They talk shit, but I love it every time, and I realize. So that could be people like saying things about her songs like, these songs aren't good enough or whatever, which I should probably state my bias at the beginning here. I've never been the biggest fan of Halsey. She definitely had a cool concept idea with all the music videos and stuff and the Hopeless Fountain Kingdom album. And she's a good songwriter and, you know, writes decent lyrics and everything. But a lot of times what she puts out sometimes seems to be form over substance. It's like she does the things that a alternative rock-ish / pop-ish person does, but I don't. And it might just be that she's not writing songs to me, so it's harder for me to connect. I'll completely admit that. But it always feels like there's more of the theatrics than there is of the actual substance, which I kind of feel like is a little bit of the case with Nightmare. So we'll continue on. Verse 1, I've tasted blood and it is sweet. I've had the rug pulled beneath my feet. So she's just talking about things that have happened in her life, and there's been good times and there's been times where she won and beat people, maybe. I've trusted lies and trusted men, broke down and put myself back together again, stared in the mirror and punched it to shatters, collected the pieces and picked out a dagger. And so she's like risen from the difficult times to be stronger than ever before and used her pain to make something powerful. I pinched my skin in between my two fingers and wished I could cut some parts off with some scissors. You know, that's a common thing that we hear about in music and just in culture in general right now, kind of the unfair beauty expectations put on women. Pre-chorus, come on little lady, give us a smile. No, I ain't got nothing to smile about. So she's kind of talking about people like there's this stereotypical guy who tells women to smile more and he's kind of a douche, right? But he says, no, I ain't got nothing to smile about. Like, and that's a fair point. If she feels like she's being treated unfairly by this person, I mean, you know, it's an obvious point, but it's a good point, right? I got no one to smile for, I waited a while for, so she kind of draws that smiling metaphor into her general life, and she feels like, yeah, no, things are kind of unfair, and I don't like the way that things are. I waited a while for a moment to say I don't owe you a goddamn thing. Chorus, post-chorus, then I'm no sweet dream, but I'm a hell of a night. That I'm no sweet dream, but I'm a hell of a night. And I'm not exactly sure. I think a lot of this is personal expression, which is a huge purpose of art and lyrics and songs in particular, especially if you go into kind of the alternative punkish genre that Halsey seems to hail from. But I don't know, it feels, other than just kind of sticking with the general mode or the vibe, it feels like this section is a little bit out of nowhere. I'm a hell of a night. Is she talking about, you know, like a one night stand, or is she talking about partying or something like that? So she goes from like, no, I've got nothing to smile for, but I can really have a good time at night. I don't know, it feels a little bit like, I think it belies the fact that this song is not so much, like the message is important and it's about the message, but I really think that if you delved into Halsey's subconscious, I think this song is more about her maybe coming back into her own, kind of leaving this sort of like half wishful pop thing she was trying to do for a while. Like Without Me was just boring. Like there was, I don't know, a lot of people apparently liked it because it charted highly, but it was boring. And so it seems like maybe she's just kind of like, this song is supposed to be just her coming back to being her, and so she's just like throwing all of the her into it, you know? Anyway, verse 2, no, I won't smile, but I'll show you my teeth, which is kind of a cool metaphor. You know, she's not, you know, don't tell her to smile, but you will see some teeth because it'll make her angry, right? And I'm gonna let you speak if you just let me breathe. Wow, not asking for much, right? I've been polite, but won't be caught dead letting a man tell me what I should do in my bed. And yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair, right? Keep my exes in check in my basement, probably talking about her subconscious and, you know, kind of the influence that they might still have on her. Because kindness is weakness, or worse, you're complacent. So she might feel like she was nice at some point. Now, kindness is not actually weakness. Kindness is strength in the face of whatever kind of adversity you're facing. Complacency or apathy are weakness and are not good. But I can see where she probably feels like she was taken advantage of at some point. I could play nice, or I could be a bully. I'm tired and angry, but somebody should be. And I think this is the quintessential part of the song that highlights the focus of the song and the thing that the song lacks. She says, I'm tired and angry, but somebody should be. And this song feels more like a lashing out, which is probably exactly what she wanted and exactly what her fans appreciate. But it doesn't, you know, I feel like there's gotta be more. Like, there's a lot of emotion put into this, but I feel like you could probably stand to go back to the lyrics, Halsey, and kind of edit and tweak things a little bit just so there's more of a point or a focus to it, or, you know, all right, cool, we hear you yourself expressing what is the so what for us, right? And I think that for the so what is probably gonna end up just being that people wanna lash out and feel that same emotion as her at the same time, right? So, you know, it serves a purpose by not serving a purpose other than serving the purpose of just being an emotional charge. Yeah, then we got the bridge. That was the last unique stanza. Someone like me can be a real nightmare, completely aware, but I'd rather be a real nightmare than die unaware. But I'm glad to be a real nightmare, so save me your prayers. And I don't know exactly how she's going to be a real nightmare, whether that's in her personal life or whether she wants to take some sort of social stance or something. I would say that in your personal life, you're definitely, anybody's able to be a real nightmare. As far as like the social stance, I don't know, with so many voices out there right now, there's probably, you know, if anybody ends up being a real nightmare, it's really easy just to unfollow them and move on to the next person. But I'd be curious to really, I think out of the entire song, I'm really curious mostly what exactly she means by being able to be a real nightmare. So overall, song well executed. It's got some interesting stuff to say for sure. I wanted a little bit more out of it, but that's probably because I'm not Halsey's target demographic and her audience, right? And overall, you know, well done, Halsey, but I'm looking forward to seeing whether on the rest of the album and the singles you take this a little bit further and we kind of see where you're going. So that's what I've got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out these videos here. Hope that you enjoy those and that you enjoyed watching this video. Talk to you later.